Check, check. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Rob. I'm with Russ. We are Russ and Rob, and welcome to Thursday Night Hockey, where Hall-Conard girls hockey will take on the Suffield Wildcats in the first round of the CIAC state tournament. Russ, we saw an exciting game at the CCC final where Hall-Conard won 4-0. Netminder Busey was red hot. If you're Suffield's coach, what do you tell them both sides if you're a coach on this particular game?
Well, for Conard, Rob, I'm saying, hey, just do same as you did last game. Conard did a great job taking away the time and space of Suffield, really took away their decision-making time, and just really created a great forecheck and really turned the puck over on and won those puck battles on the boards. Suffield's got to play a little tougher against Conard. They got to win those puck battles on the board. They got to forecheck a little harder and do the same thing Conard Hall did to them last game, and just take away that time and space.
Thanks, Russ. And we're about to face off here in the first. Lila Preisner will take it versus Tegan Cohane. Picked up by Conard. Here comes Quinn Bacon. She'll cross the red line. She'll send it in deep. On a chase is Mia Longman. Lost. Here comes the feed by Suffield. Now grabbed by Paige Fell. She'll dump it in. Fell and Fiona Campbell playing the blue line for Conard. Cohane able to keep it in. Picked up by Ambrosino for Suffield. Conard make a little bit of a change, while Suffield's able to gather up and try and get it out. Can't happen though, as the outlet is missed. Great hustle there by Avery Salstead. She's great forecheck. Off to the races, comes out of the zone. And Charlotte Rydell will send it back in while Hall-Conard touches back up. Hall-Conard now, great time in the zone. Shot by Conard. Save. And Conard has been dominating time in the zone since the game. Conard the face-off win. Shot. Tipped in front by Salstead. Goes off wide. Suffield trying to break it out now. Flips up. Just misses the pass to Lana Peretti. Salstead battling on the boards. It gets dumped in by Suffield. Picked up by Claire Rydell. She'll send it out. Tipped in by Paige Sweeney. Hall-Conard will make a change. Here comes a hustle by Mia Longman. She'll try and forecheck. She's got some speed. Here comes Proventure, though. She'll try and match the speed. She'll bring it in. Backhands it in front of the crease. It goes through. Two open Suffield players were there, but the pass was just too hard. Tegan Cohane. She'll pass it up to Quinn Bacon. Bacon with a shot. Blocked by Sam Ruggiero. Now Madeline Croyle for Suffield. Will send it around the net. Suffield trying to get it out, but slapped back in by Fiona Campbell. Suffield trying to break it out again. And just tipped by Quinn Bacon. And Conard will send it in. No icing's called. Avery Wolf challenging Suffield. Sam Ruggiero breaking it in. Paige Sweeney goes to her left, fakes out a player. She hustles. She's held up a little bit in the body. Knocks it off her puck, and Hall-Conard will regroup. Charlotte Rydell sends it forward. Here comes Paige Sweeney in. She's in all alone, tries to send it through the crease, and a great pass to Avery Wolf. Great save by the Tendy for Suffield. Suffield trying to poke it out, able to do so a little bit. Paige Sweeney has it at her feet, sends it back to her defenseman, and Conard able to send it in to the zone. Hall-Conard. Battle on the boards between Lily Taveldi And Charlotte Rydell sends it in. Misses the pass in the top of the slot to Marin Curran. Here comes Quinn Bacon. Tries to get it over. Misses the pass. And Suffield bringing it around. And Madeline Croyle loses an edge behind the net. Hall-Conard net. Hall-Conard trying to get it out of there. They'll send it deep. No icing's called. Hall-Conard switch up some defense. Nice hard pass. Intercepted by Cohane. She's able to get it forward, but Suffield able to settle and then bring it back out. Ruggiero sends it in deep for Suffield. Here comes Paige Fell. Whips it around her net. Conard, now Hall-Conard, now trying to get it out. Here comes Ambrosino, pinching in from D for Suffield. Keeps it in the zone. Ruggiero having a battle with Campbell. Campbell spins, puts the brakes on, hits her outlet to Selstad. Selstad over to Sweeney, but it's tipped away. Now comes Lily Tiveldi, who'll send it in deep for Suffield. A battle on the boards with Fiona Campbell. Paige Sweeney now chasing her Suffield captain. And Conard's able to send it out. No icing was called. Suffield wanted an icing call there. Good break for Hall-Conard. And Suffield trying to break it out. They'll send it in. Busey uses her stick to tap it away. And Hall-Conard sends a breakout as Quinn Bacon tries to flip it up, but it's gathered by Suffield. Suffield now making a line change. They'll send it in deep. A dump and chase. Hall-Conard sends it across the boards. Sarah Kim now battling with Cohane and Quinn Bacon. Stretch pass across the ice for Suffield. Suffield's trying to bring it in. Quinn Bacon with a poke check. Gets back into her spot. Here comes Charlotte Rydell up on the boards, but Suffield able to gather it and tries to send it in, but Hall-Conard able to get it out of the zone. They'll make a change by Hall-Conard. Puts it in deep. That was Madeline Bean sending it in deep for Conard, and it comes out of the zone, and Hall-Conard couldn't touch up in time. We'll have a face-off out of the zone. 8:51 left in the first. Hall-Conard wins the face-off. Tapped away by Fiona Campbell. She'll go back and gather in the defensive zone. Suffield now has to go back and touch up as it came out, and then they shot it back in. Battle in the neutral zone. Paige Sweeney trying to kick it in. Madeline Bean had an opportunity, but poked away from her. Here comes Suffield. Here comes Provencher. Top of the slot. Shot high and wide. That was a bullet. Hall-Conard now trying to get out of the zone. Just comes out there. Sweeney battling with Suffield. Able to poke it away. Madeline Bean trying to get something going here. And Charlotte Rydell will go back for the Hall-Conard D and circle up as she's chased by Suffield. Battle in the corner. Pinched on the boards. Suffield will come up with it. And what a terrific battle by the Demon, Charlotte Rydell. Suffield able to get it at the point. Taps it away. Another shot looking. Hook shot, hits the post, goes behind Busey, comes between her legs out in front of the crease, and it's able to swat it away. Good break there for Hall-Conard. Suffield had someone sneaking in the back door. Now Hall-Conard struggling to get it out of the zone. Fiona Campbell has a meeting on the boards with her Suffield player. She's now able to gather it, looking for an outlet somewhere. Spins, circles, picked away. Ambrosio with a shot, can't get it out, and Hall-Conard will ice the puck. Russ, we had a lot of action in the Hall-Conard offensive zone. Suffield just had their momentum switch. What are you seeing so far at the halfway point of the first?
Yeah, certainly Suffield's come to play tonight. Definitely a little bit of different intensity than I saw in the last game with these two met. Plenty of game left to go. Let's see how Hall-Conard does in the breakout here. We need to get this puck out of the zone. Way too much zone time right now.
Puck at the feet. Hall-Conard behind the net. Fiona Campbell, backhanded pass to her D partner, looking for the outlet. Big collision on the boards with Provencher and Bean. They're all right. They get back up. Here comes Quinn Bacon. Tries to send it up to Bean. Can't get there. Provencher circling back, makes a fake move. Bean just able to get a poke on it. Excuse me, that was Quinn Bacon. Here comes Teagan. Cohane, shot. Look for the short side. Couldn't get it there. Here comes Hall-Conard now. Looks for the feed. Over to Salced. Backhanded pass. She was wide open in mid-slot. Couldn't get the shot off, and backhanded pass. Fiona Campbell will shoot it up. Avery Salced will tip it in, and it'll go deep. Avery Wolf, who's hustling, gets out there. Hall-Conard sends it in open space above the zone. Salced will then send it in deep. Wolf in pursuit. Sweeney helps Wolf. Wolf now going after the D-man, trying to poke it away. Suffield defense has to send it out. Great swat by Sweeney, who keeps it in the zone for Hall-Conard, but Hall-Conard has to regroup as it does come out, and then Suffield with a break as they get a lucky bounce. They're able to keep it in the zone. Some slapstick. Here comes Suffield. Shot picked up by a D-man that went in the crease, but Hall-Conard defense right there to support Busey. Offsides. Suffield has to get back. Hall-Conard just pokes it out, a little bit out of the zone. Here comes Suffield again, trying to make the shot. Can't get it off. Save Busey. Mealy in front. Chaos. Shot. Ambrosio shot. And puts it in the far side. And they take a 1-0 lead. As there was chaos in the crease. Busey was looking for it. And Ambrosioni found the open side. And they go up 1-0. .5:10 left to play in the first period. Cohane will take the draw versus Caitlin Provencher. Here comes Hall-Conard now. Quinn Bacon dumps it in around the boards. She's in pursuit. A little more stronger forechecking now by Hall-Conard. Claire Rydell tries to send it in. Picked off by Suffield. She'll send it into the zone. Goes on net. Swatted away by Busey. Shot. Another one. Redirect. Goes through the crease. Wasn't that hard. And Suffield now challenging again. Bacon on the boards. Shot. Loose puck. Gets through. Suffield can't get a stick on it. They try and kick it up. Refs say no icing. Hall-Conard makes a necessary change here. They send it to an outlet pass. Try to get it to Provencher. Can't get it there. Sweeney swats it out, but it bounces off a Suffield player. And in comes Madeline Croyle to try and take a shot.
Scored by number 23, Kaylin Ambrosino. With an assist from number 50, Elizabeth Adams.
Ambrosino credited with the goal, with Elizabeth Adams with the assist. She gets the credit. Now we go back to action as Hall-Conard is able to swat it out of the zone. Sweeney trying to poke it away. It gets past Selstead. And Paige fell. Now try and swat it out. Gets it up to her outlet. Couldn't quite get it in there. Suffield went for another redirect with Ruggiero in front, but it goes wide. Now it gets back out. Shot. Suffield. Redirect. Goes wide to the right. Never made it to the net. Another shot that doesn't make the net. Here goes Ambrosino. A high slot. Saved by Busey. Campbell now circling it up, looking to get it out to an outlet. Misstep. Suffield open, tries to get it in. And Paige Sweeney is now one-on-one. She's off to the races. She's forced to the outside by Owen Branzino, and she's checked into the boards and taken down, but she gets up quickly. Now she forechecks in the check, the puck. Here comes Claire Rydell. She'll pinch in for the Hall-Conard defense and able to keep it in the zone. Sweeney's coming off for a change. Here comes Cohane to replace her. And Mia Longman on the chase in the corner for Hall-Conard. Loose puck action, fell. Quinn Bacon backhands it in, looking for somebody in front. Quinn Bacon's able to get there. Sauce pass, shot, Rydell, fans on it, shot, save. Madeline Lemieux makes a save there. Cohane able to gather the rebound, looking for somebody, shoots it on the short side, save Lemieux. Puck's trying to get back out. Another shot, rebound, Quinn Bacon, save Lemieux. Hits Quinn Bacon hits into the side of the net. Cohane looking, Bacon, shot, save, Lemieux. Lemieux had a furious shots there. Great pressure by Hall-Conard. Russ, probably the great sequence we saw there. Tremendous amount of saves by Lemieux. What's your thought on that sequence of events?
It's exactly what Hall-Conard needs to do. They need to possess the puck in the zone. They need to move the puck. They were moving it well. They were cutting off, again, time and space. Keep possession of that puck. Good passes, good positioning, and good shots on goal. Lemieux's just in the right position.
Hall-Conard loses the faceoff, but they're able to keep it in the zone. They'll make a necessary change as Provencher from Suffield will bring it in the zone, takes a shot, swings right, goes left, and straight on shot to Busey, and she'll make the save. 1:43 left to play in the first. Sweeney and Bean come out. Face-off won by Suffield. Provencher now swinging around, tries to take it to her forehand. Blocked by Sweeney. Puck goes into the corner. Hall-Conard looking for a penalty there. Nothing called. Madeline Bean tries to poke it away. Pokes it out again. Looks like she was held a little bit. No call there. Here comes Sweeney trying to poke it out. She'll try and get through. Breaks through 1D. 2D on her backhand. Swipes through it. She's held up. Good defense by Suffield's Emily Griggs, but give credit to Sweeney, who hustled through a couple of Suffield players. So Lemieux will see a face-off to her left. Sweeney will take the draw. Wins it at her feet. Suffield's able to pick it up. Tries to send a stretch pass. Here comes Connor now.
1 minute remaining.
1 minute left to play in the period. Hall-Conard sends it in deep. Couple of line changes. Suffield trying to break it out. They'll skate up with it. Ambrosino sends it up a stretch pass to Madeline Croyle. Croyle loses it off her stick. Hall-Conard poking it away a little bit. Here comes Mia Longman. Indirect pass to herself off the boards. She'll hustle. Comes out of the zone. Suffield picks it up. Sends it to Sam Rogerio. Looking for a feed over to her teammate. Can't get there. And Hall-Conard's right there to pick it up. Sends a stretch pass. Here comes Mia Longman on Suffield's change. She pinches it to her backhand. Brings it in. She's pinched along the boards. Able to get it back behind the net a little bit. Picked up by Ambrosino from Suffield. Tries to shoot it around. Loose puck out in front. A poke. It's loose. We have a whistle call, and Lemieux able to get it as we had some chaos out in front. Hall-Conard relentlessly tried to poke it in, but Lemieux able to hold on. 3 seconds left, and Coach Cohane will pull the goalie for an extra attack. Big face-off for Hall-Conard. Cohane will try and get it back. Wins the face-off at her feet. Suffield trying to push it through, and time will click away. So at the end of 1-0 Suffield over Hall-Conard. Russ, what's your thoughts on the first period?
Suffield's doing a much better job than they did in the last game of just winning the battles on the boards. Hall-Conard's forechecking hard, but they're not coming up with the puck. Suffield's blocked a bunch of pucks, a bunch of shots. Hall-Conard's got to keep their game up. They got to keep the pressure on. No need to worry. It's a 1-0 game, pretty even. Both teams struggle a little bit to get it out of their zone once it's in. A little more work, a little more effort on the breakout, a little more movement from the center to actually support that breakout would be good. Neutral zone passes on the tape to be able to get it into the other zone. Not a big, huge fan of dump and chase hockey, Rob, as you know, but it's become a thing of the game now. But if you're going to dump and chase, you got to really get the chase part down. We got to get really hard forecheck on the backboards and supporting players. Hall-Conard has done a decent job of that so far.
Thanks, Russ. As we take a couple minutes, they don't cut the ice here in women's hockey for the first period. Ready for the second period. Cohane will take the draw, wins it, gets it back to Campbell. Campbell sauce pass to Longman for Hall-Conard. Hall-Conard trying to get it deep, can't get it out there. Page fell on the boards, tries to poke it away. Suffield has an opening. Shot from Suffield. Busey able to poke it away with her stick. Now goes behind the net. Campbell on her man. Suffield tries to stuff it in. Goes out in front. Loose puck. Hall-Conard able to get it. Here comes Longman. Goes. Tries to go to her backhand. Picked off. And Suffield sent it across the ice. And get it out of the zone. Suffield. Shot. Blocked by Fell. Using her body there, and picked up by Cohane. Will circle up to Campbell. Campbell looking for an opening. Can't find a player. And Ambrosino for Suffield has it. And Quinn Bacon will flip it up as Bacon, Cohane, and Longman come off for a change.
That's a really rough change.
High shot by Suffield. Goes above the net. Russ said that was a tough change for Hall-Conard. But they're able to regroup and regather. Provencher, again, drops it for Suffield. Can't get there. Good D work. And the puck is covered up by Busey.
Yeah, Rob, that was a really tough change by Hall-Conard there. They left their defense wide open with a 5-on-2 there. Yeah, they're looking a little flat to start this period right now. We really got to get some energy going here. Not moving their feet, not moving off the puck.
Suffield wins the faceoff, goes back to their point. Shot, loose puck. The shot went off a skate and it went in for Suffield. We have a 2-0 lead for Suffield. Tough break for Hall-Conard as the shot came in. The D-man was covering her player, but the shot literally went off the skate and it wasn't intentionally redirected in. 2-0 Suffield. Takes the draw, wins it, passes up by Page Fell. Suffield loses an edge, picked up by Cohane, looks to center it up, big battle in front of the net. Hall-Conard can't keep it in the zone. Page Fell will go after it, goes D to D, send it up, looking for Cohane, just able to get a tip on it, so there'll be no icing. ball, Suffield. Frazier credited with the goal for Suffield. Emily Grace with the assist. Quinn Bacon has it, tries to flip it up, gets it out of the zone. Picked up by Suffield. They'll slap it in around the boards from co-captain Emily Green. Fiona Campbell tripped up. Hall-Conard wanted a penalty there, but more incidental. Backhanded. Goes behind the net. Misstep by Fell. She's now attacked by Suffield's Sarah Kim, and she's able to pick it up, but not before it's sent out front, and Quinn Bacon will be a 2-on-2. Hall-Conard. Quinn Bacon forced to the outside. Good poke check by Ambrosino to send it. She'll pick up the puck now, trying to carry it in by herself. Hall-Conard tries to poke it away and miss. Ambrosino now brings it in, crosses the blue line. She tries to circle, loses an edge, goes back, and Quinn Bacon passes it back to Claire Rydell. Rydell now has it for Hall-Conard. Face left, banks it off the boards. Sends it to Marin Karan. Karan now has it. Claire Rydell forces it around the boards. And Suffield now playing the dump and chase game themselves. They circle around the boards, and Suffield goes off for a change. Conard trying to get it out of the zone for a breakout. Can't seem to find it so far. Paige Sweeney sends it forward and is pushed out of the zone by Quinn Bacon. So Suffield will have to go back and retouch. Here comes Quinn Bacon now. Crosses the red line. She's hit down. Hall-Conard wanted a penalty there. Can't get there. Suffield in the neutral zone, able to bring it forward, looked a little off sides, and the pass squabbles all the way to the net, and Busey will cover it up.
Yeah, the girl, Hall-Conard needs to settle things down right now. We're throwing the puck away. They're not looking up. They're not skating off the puck. We need to get a little more energy going right now.
Suffield won the faceoff. Busey makes a save on Emily Griggs' shot right off the faceoff. 10:40 left to play in the second. Paige Sweeney takes the faceoff. Hall-Conard wins it. Selsed back to Fiona Campbell. Campbell loses the puck to Provencher. Provencher then loses it. And she circles it in deep. Paige Sweeney now goes after it behind. Fiona Campbell now trying to bring it out, looks for a breakout. She'll skate it out herself. She'll cross the red line, breaks it in, and sends it deep. Looking for somebody in front.
That's it.
Good point. Here comes Cohane, playing now the point. Goes left and right, walks it in, centers. She's looking for Selstad. Puck gets picked off. Good look by Avery Wolf. Wolf now behind the net, trying to center it up again. Backhanded pass. That's picked off by Suffield. Suffield now trying to get it up. Great job by Cohane. The forecheck and get in there. She sends it in front. Loose puck. Save Lemieux. Wolf now sends it back up top through the boards to defense. Cohane to the high slot, has it, looks, fakes left, goes right, now looking for it. Campbell to high top of the line, never doesn't make it through as the body is blocked, and now a feed to Suffield as they were making a change. Here they come, shot, and Campbell makes a great retreat to go back there and save it. Excuse me, that was Paige Fell, who made a great defensive play to go back and protect a shot off of before Busey. Campbell now has it behind there, sends it out, looking to ice it, and that'll be icing. 9:10 left to play.
Much better sequence there in the zone by Hall-Conard. Really, really good. Good puck movement. Couple good opportunities to get a puck in the net. Couple good shots. They need to keep that up. Really, both teams are struggling in the neutral zone and struggling with that transition. And once it's in the zone, they're getting plenty of opportunities, but they're struggling to get it out of their own zone.
Suffield wins the faceoff draw. They're keeping it in the zone. Hall-Conard looking to send it out. That pass is picked off. Suffield looking for somebody in front. Goes through the outside. Now a shot on net. Out of Busey's glove, but she's able to get it. No problem. And we'll have another faceoff in the dot. Sweeney takes the draw. Wins it. Here comes Sweeney. We have a 2-on-2. Sweeney and Bean offsides. Sweeney came back with it a little bit. Suffield will make a change to its forwards. Sarah Kim takes a face-off for Suffield. Lost. Hall-Conard picks it up. Hall-Conard now able to get in the zone. Not hard enough, so Suffield's able to get it. Ambrosino there. She'll cross the red line and circle it deep. Off the boards. Rydell now battling with Suffield. Open shot. Fire by Suffield. Goes wide. Man was wide open in the mid-slot area. Hall-Conard didn't pick it up. Puck now at the top of the point. Suffield playing it safe, keeping it in the zone deep. Paige Sweeney trying to push her off the puck. Able to poke it. Now a poke check by Mia Longman. They're able to get out of the zone as Suffield tries to regroup. Stretch pass over to Elizabeth Adams. And Longman uses her body against Adams. Is able to get there. Puck is loose going to the boards. Longman and Suffield. Suffield comes up with it. Elizabeth Adams passes it back to Ambrosino. Ambrosino sends it forward. Suffield oversteps it. And now Ambrosino for Suffield before the red line sends it deep. And we'll have a face-off in the Hall-Conard zone. Halfway in the second period, 2-0 Suffield. Cohane, big face-off. Won by Suffield. Provencher goes back. She'll try and circle it up. Loose puck out in front. Loose. Shot! Score! Hall-Conard! Provencher tried to circle it up. It was picked off. And Cohane shot it forward. Went off the goalie's pad. And Marin Coran poked it in to cut the lead in half.
I think that's Marin Coran's first goal. They just threw the puck off the ice. Congratulations.
Paige Fell gathers the face-off. She'll jump it forward. Momentum switch here. Quinn Bacon hustles in.
All-time goal scored by number 20, Marin Curran. With an assist to number 7, Scarlett Buckman.
Scarlett Buckman touched it up and had the assist credited to her for Marin Coran, which was her first goal. She's a freshman from Hall. And according to Coach Cohane, an up-and-comer for the Hall-Conard Hockey Club. Paige Fell with the puck now in the Conard defensive zone. Shoots it up to Fiona Campbell. Comes out of the zone. Conard go back and touch it up. Suffield.
The assist was to number 2, Tegan Cohane.
Excuse me, they had a correction now, just announced. Tegan Cohane had the assist, so I did see it correctly. Conard sends it in deep. Suffield looking for that stretch pass mid-ice to a cherry picker at the blue line. No go there. And it's sent in. That'll be an icing call. Great opportunity for Hall-Conard. This is how they scored the last time. Paige Sweeney will take the draw. She'll have Claire Rydell and Avery Salstead. Shot by Hall-Conard. The bounces in front. Sweeney shot. Salstead picks up the bouncing puck.
Just like that, Rob. Right back in it. Wow.
Whole new game. Sweeney won the draw. The shot was taken at the point by Rydell. Bounced off a player out in front. Loose puck. Avery Salstead all over it and put it in. We have a tie game.
Yeah, she roofed that, Rob. Beautiful shot. Now they got some energy. Let's go.
Here comes Wolf. Shot. Sends it through the crease. Lemieux has to use her stick. Swipe it to the right. Suffield misses the outlet pass. It's going to go deep. No icing called. Rydell going back for it.
Goal scored by number 8, Avery Salstead.
So they give Sweeney and Claire Rydell assists. Like I said, Rydell, who took the shot from the point, and it bounced off of Sweeney, and Selsad was able to pick it up and put it in. Here comes Avery Wolf, another shot, save. She tries to poke in her own rebound, hits the side of the net. Paige Sweeney's there, puts the side of the net, but Suffield's able to send it forward. Fiona Campbell sends it over to her D partner, Charlotte Rydell. She pushes it forward. Connor will go off for a change. Suffield looking for that stress pass. Mia Longman's there for Hall-Conard. She'll forecheck. She got a long reach. Forces Suffield to get it through. Now a shot by Paige Fell. Saved by Lemieux. Some traffic in front there. Here comes Cohane looking for somebody in front. Right, Dicey back. Fell goes out to the point. Shot. A lot of traffic. Goes off a body. Cohane picks it up again. Backhands it over to Quinn Bacon. Then Bacon back to Cohane. Cohane in her office behind the net looking for somebody. Looking. Forwards it forward. Loops it around. Here comes Campbell, in on the boards, picked up by Bacon, back to Campbell. Campbell, a shot just off the waffle of Lemieux. Hall-Conard now out in front, backhanded shot by Longman. Save Lemieux. Fell trying to keep it in. Fell sends it in deep behind the net. Longman going after it. Suffield tied on their feet, trying to get it through. Can't keep it. And is stopped at the blue line by Cohane. Suffield trying to wrap it around to get it out of the zone. They look like they're tired. They need some fresh legs. Hall-Conard putting the pressure on. They're still there. They finally get it out of the zone. Hall-Conard will have to touch it up. Fiona Campbell will send it a long pass, tipped in by Cohane. Suffield coming off, and Hall-Conard makes a couple of changes of personnel as well. Fiona Campbell sending it up, picked up by Sam Rogerio. And able to get it out there. Madeline Bean trying to send it forward. Suffield sends it deep. No icing called, and Busey will cover it up as Madeline Croyle came charging in for Suffield. 3:19 left.
I've never seen a game with so many momentum changes, Rob. Seems like every minute the momentum changes in a different direction.
Hall-Conard win the face-off. Paige Sweeney has been stellar on face-offs tonight. Rydell backhands it up the boards to Fiona Campbell. Tries to hit a pass to Sweeney. She's able to tip it, but grabbed. Sweeney's got to come back and touch up for onside. Battle on the boards with Sweeney and Avery Wolf. Goes into the zone, but Suffield's able to get it. Rydell and saw that pass coming, puts a shot on net as she pinches in and covered up by Lemieux, and a big battle as Rydell drives to the net. Great anticipation by the D-man Rydell. She saw that, it was telegraphed, and she hustled in, put a shot on net. Again, more pressure by Hall-Conard. 2:47 left in the second. Cohane, the face-off. Suffield and Quinn Bacon will go battle it out on the boards in the corner. Hall-Conard looking to get something going. Here comes Provencher for Suffield. She'll go to her right. Quinn Bacon all over her a little bit, forces her to the outside, and Tegan Cohane is able to poke it away. Now Suffield has it. Provencher looking to stuff it in. Tries to go up top, but Busey right there.
Best to isolate Provencher on the boards right there and just pinch her and cut her off from that puck. She's dangerous.
Cohane wins the faceoff, goes back to Fiona Campbell. Campbell pinched on the boards by Suffield. She'll get some support now by Curran. Curran loses the puck on the boards. Good pass by Suffield. They can't convert the pass though. However, loose puck. Shot by Caitlin Provencher. And a save by Busey, and we'll do it all again. To Busey's right. Hall-Conard with a face-off win. Paige Fell battling, held up a little bit. The puck is battled. 3 Hall-Conard players there. Goes out in front. Hall-Conard was standing there to pick off the stop, and it goes icing.
That's a perfect example. You know, we're outnumbering Suffield on the boards, but Hall-Conard's not coming up with the puck. We need to be a little more aggressive on those puck battles, especially behind the net and in the corners. We need to have a cleaner breakout. Both teams are struggling to break the puck out once it's in their zone, like I said before. Right now, unfortunately, it's in the Hall-Conard end.
Suffield win the faceoff. Hall-Conard trying to poke it away. Avery Wolf able to do so. Reaches Avery Selstad. Is able to get it over into the Conard offensive zone. Suffield coming back strong. Sends it deep. 1:29 left to play in the second period. Big looping shot around by Campbell. Comes out of the zone. Suffield. Ambrosino crosses the red line. She sends it in deep. And here comes Hall-Conard. Stretch pass to the other side to Selstad. Just out of her reach a little bit. But Sweeney charging. Almost there. But Suffield able to come up with it. Hits their outlet. Nice breakout right there. Here comes drop pass, Suffield, and Sweeney comes all the way back to back check, and Suffield can't get the shot off. Another shot, slapping in front. Busey trying to get a glove on it. Loose puck. 1 minute left to play in the period. Here comes Rydell, looking for an opening, looking for a feed. Sends it right through the middle, and it gets through everybody, and it goes into the Hall-Conard offensive zone as Hall-Conard makes a change. And they'll send that one deep as the puck bounces behind the net, but a good bounce for Suffield. Backhanded pass, passed up by Quinn Bacon, comes out of the zone. Here comes Grace Pochalski, and her player was offsides.
Hall-Conard needs to move some players east-west on the breakout to receive these passes. They're all getting their passes in their back. They're so hard to receive when you get a pass to your back.
Hall-Conard comes up with it. Swatted away by Paige Fell. She gets it out of the zone. Suffield, now in the neutral zone, comes up with it a little bit. Another shot by Suffield. Lofted. And Busey for the save. 12.9 seconds left. Cohane comes up with the face-off win. Swatted around the boards by Fiona Campbell. Tries to get it out, but Pochalski is there for Suffield. Now Fiona Campbell able to swat it down. And horn blows. And we're going to go into intermission on a 2-2 tie. Russ, your thoughts on a 2-2 tie after 2 periods?
Yeah, again, you got two really evenly matched teams with evenly matched skills. They both coming off a season where they're basically split the season with the outstanding, except for the last playoff game. You know, it's a street fight, Rob. It's who wants this more, who gets the puck to bounce in the right direction. But Hall-Conard right now has got to clean it up a little bit. They got to work on their breakout. They got to have some players moving their feet on this breakout to get pucks through the neutral zone. We're turning the puck over too much in the neutral zone. We're panicking in our zone, and our breakout right now is just throwing the puck out of the zone and hoping for the best. Same thing on the Suffield side, too. They have a little cleaner breakout than us right now. But all in all, in-zone play is really good on both teams right now, putting pressure on both goalies. Need to continue. Got a 2-2 tie here. Third period certainly going to be exciting.
Should be, Russ, and we'll be back after the second intermission. And we're back at the start of the third period. Teams lining up to take the face-off. Russ, 15 minutes of nail-biting action. What are your thoughts here?
I just think the one that wants it more is going to win right now. I think Hall-Conard's got to find some energy here. They got to really win these puck battles on the boards and be a little cleaner with their passes.
Suffield had the face-off win, trying to get in the zone, more neutral zone, back and forth. Cohane able to get up to Longman, just tips it off her stick. Good defense by Suffield. And Suffield trying to break it out. Peretti was open on the far side, but no stretch pass there. Now it's in the Hall-Conard defensive zone to the high slot. A blast by Emily Green. Save Busey.
Yeah, that's a rough pass. See, that's what I'm saying. They're rushing the puck there. They're panicking, and then they're not looking, and they're passing. They pass right to the Suffield player in the slot there. Just take your time, play your game, protect the puck on the boards, wait for your players to come support you.
Hall-Conard with a face-off win. Looped around the boards by Hall-Conard. Comes out of the zone, but there's Suffield's Pachelski, able to get a pass over. Another shot. Bounced off the tip of the glove of Busey, but recovers, no problem. Quick passing, quick shot by Suffield. Sweeney with the face-off win. Wolf send it back to Hall-Conard defenseman. Claire Rydell loops it up on the boards. Pass at Sweeney's feet. Now potential 2-on-1. Gover just out of the reach from Wolf. Wolf just was looking for Sweeney. Couldn't quite get it there. Here comes Pachelski again. Tries to slap it. Good defense by Hall-Conard. And a little stroller and a flubber will leak its way over to Busey, and she'll cover it up to have a face-off.
Busey does such a good job of covering up the puck, not allowing rebound, just soaking that right in and keeping it right under control.
Hall-Conard again with a face-off win, sent along the boards. Longman trying to get it, gets it back to Paige Fell. She backhands it over to Fiona Campbell and bounces awkwardly off of her stick, but good thing Cohane was there. Now potential 3-on-2. Cohane brings it in, bounces off Pachelski as she tries to dump it in, and Pachelski used her body. Suffield loops it around in the circle, trying to get it to Pachelski. Longman has it. Puts it in a backhand, circles around the board, puck on its edge. Cohane going after it. She's looking for some support. She loops it around, goes behind the net. Longman going after it. Same with Quinn Bacon. Longman reaching around with that long reach, but Chicholski able to stop suddenly and turn. Here comes Suffield now. Gets it in front of the net. Busey pokes it away with her stick. Goes into the corner. Fiona Campbell flips it up. Cohane going after it. She's beaten by Suffield. Now a shot. Ambrosino for Suffield. Just sends it in deep. Why her teammates make a change. And Conard, Paige Sweeney coming out of the box. Here she goes. Gets it in all alone. And she's pushed off the puck. She was coming in off the bench on a change. Now she's bringing it in deep, in the corner, looking for somebody to be open. Bounces off there, sends it to the slot. Nobody there. Charlotte Rydell sends it to the net. Blocked by Suffield. Avery Southside tries to poke it away. Fiona Campbell sends it up. Charlotte Rydell now trying to carry it in. Does so, but bounces off a Suffield's stick, and they're able to try and break it out. Now we're playing the neutral zone back and forth ping pong game, and nobody can take control of it. It bounces. Here comes Wolf. Goes to her backhand, looking for somebody, goes around the net. Suffield's able to bounce it up. They've got a 2-on-2 here. Rydell and Madeline Croyle able to get a backhand, goes nowhere. Hall-Conard able to get it out of the zone quickly as Croyle had some speed to her. Salcedo sends it in right on net, so Hall-Conard can make a change. Here comes Pachelski. In, goes end-to-end, shot far wide, and Busey makes a save dead on. Pachelski, she came end-to-end, Russ. She's got to get contained.
Yeah, I'm not loving the line changes from the Hall-Conard crew there. They're changing in wholesale fashion, and they're leaving the ice wide open. Kind of all just go off at the same time. And then they got to kind of time that a little better.
Hall-Conard lost the face-off. The shot went above the net. Puck is pinched on the boards. Ruggieri comes up with it, tries to shoot it through traffic, hits her own player. Fiona Campbell, forward backhand, fakes out her man, comes across the net. Kind of a dangerous play there. Still has to regroup. Suffield on a strong forecheck. Fiona Campbell still has it. Now passes it up to Cohane. And Cohane tries to do a stretch pass over to Longman, but it's poked away by Pachelski from Suffield. And now it's off to the foot race with Longman and Pachelski. She's got Salcedo breaking to the net, but Pachelski able to get it to the outlet pass. Suffield sends it back to Pachelski, now looking for an opening. Dangerous pass by Pachelski. Stretch pass, and now the puck is sent and goes out of bounds off of Charlotte Rydell's stick. 10 minutes left to play. 1/3 of the period gone by. Sarah Kim will take the face-off versus Paige Sweeney. It's poked away by Suffield, but Hall-Conard comes up with it. And Salcedo trying to poke it across the blue line. It's poked in by Suffield. And now Ambrosino comes up with it. Strong win. Goes to her forehand. Hall-Conard right there. And it goes into the corner. Now Suffield looking for somebody in front. Doesn't have it. And Hall-Conard can't get it out of the zone. And now it's sent right in front of Busey. She knocks it down and covers it up. Cohane will take the face-off. Battle with their feet. Picked up by Suffield. Right in front. Busey was blocked, but able to make a save. Connor now breaks it out. Gets it to Quinn Bacon. Trying to push through. She's able to get it. Now she's just got to beat her man. Ambrosino has it. Bacon will go after her in forecheck. Ambrosino sends it out to her outlet pass. And Quinn Bacon tries to backhand it in. Cohane does some forechecking. Suffield able to keep it in, but Suffield moving the puck a little quick. No icing called. As Lana Peretti is able to dump it in for Suffield. Here comes Fell to Campbell. Campbell over to Bacon. Goes off her stick a little bit. Suffield sends it back to their D. Back over to their forward. Crosses the red line. They'll send it in deep. Hall-Conard on a semi-personnel change. Puck out in front. Tough pass. Here comes Rydell. It's poked off of her stick by Madeline Croyle. Sam Ruggieri. She'll send it forward. No icing called there. Fans wanted an icing call. She wasn't quite past the red line. Refs let it go. Comes out of the zone. Back into the neutral zone. Suffield looking for an opening. Finds one, but couldn't hang on to it. And Cohane able to poke it back out. And Hall-Conard, yet another change. And Rydell makes a dangerous poke check. Luckily, just gets a stick on it. And now Hall-Conard has a 2-on-1. Rydell takes a shot. Waffle save by Lemieux. Picked up behind the net. And refs are going to say it went out of play and the net came off its riggings.
Yeah, it didn't go out of play, Rob. Just the net came off.
Rydell took the shot. The short side. Had a potential man open. We'll have a face-off to Lemieux's right. Big face-off here for Sweeney. She'll go up against Lila Prasner. Face-off one. And Sweeney with a remarkable move to get around Praisner. Backhands a hard shot on the ice, and Lemieux comes up with a save.
Nice job by Paige Sweeney winning her own face-off, getting back in there and getting a shot off.
We'll do it all over. Hall-Conard wins it. Rydell tries to make a shot. Goes D to D. And it bounces off a Suffield player. Still in the Hall-Conard offensive zone. Push squirreled up to Pachelski. She's trying to break open. Camp between two defensemen as Cohane dives on the ice to poke it away. Rydell looking for an opening. Finds Wolf. Wolf tries to backhand it. Goes off the boards. Great job by Pachelski to take it away from her. She'll try and skate it up. They're trying to try and cover her. Sweeney takes a swing and a miss. Pachelski, end-to-end, the shot high and wide to the right side. Pachelski was able to skate in. They put a little pressure on her, but couldn't. Shot gets deflected up in the air by Emily Green. Pachelski tried to knock it down with her hand, couldn't. She'll play it. Now it's behind the boards. Hall-Conard tries to send it looping. Now Avery Selstead banks it behind the boards to Claire Rydell, but it's beaten. She's beaten by Grace Pachelski. Avery Wolf will send it out of the zone. Suffield will have to regroup. And Emily Green will send it in deep as Suffield changes their top line. Hall-Conard having a tough time. Here comes Longman trying to get it. Over swings at it. Charlotte Rydell now. Now we're going to have a slashing penalty. Looks like on Hall-Conard. Claire Rydell will go off for 2 minutes. 6:19 left to play in the game. And Claire Rydell will sit for 2 minutes for a slashing call. Suffield wins it, goes D to D. Ambrosino, shot at the point, looking for traffic in front of Busey. And makes the save. She was sprawled out on that one.
Hall-Conard penalty on number 14, Claire Rydell. 2 minutes for slashing.
I didn't see that, Rob. I didn't see the slashing.
Suffield comes up with it again. Emily Griggs has it. Sauce pass over to Sam Ruggieri. Fell has it. Tries to swipe it up. Can't quite get it. Hall-Conard can't get it out. Redirect in front. Goes over to the net. Good play by Suffield, by Ambrosino. They're sending it back to her to try and kick and create some traffic out in front. Now a battle in the corner. Poking it away. Both players trying to get it. Hall-Conard couldn't get it back out there. Kept in by Lily Taveldi for Suffield. Fiona Campbell battling on the boards. She beats her man. She has it. She tries to circle it up. Backhand it to Quinn Bacon. Quinn Bacon can't bake it off the boards, but comes off sides, luckily. And Hall-Conard will take a huge, get some fresh legs out there and a huge change coming up. Ambrosino for Suffield will stay out there, and Pachelski will come back out. Cohane will take the face off Pachelski. Pachelski wins it, gets back to Ambrosino. Ambrosino over to Emily Green. Emily Green goes back to Ambrosino. Ambrosino will try and carry it in. Here she comes, crosses the blue line, gets it to the net. Busey swipes it away with her stick, goes into the corner. Picked up by Avery Wolf. She gets it to behind the net. Charlotte Rydell now beats her man in the corner, but Suffield has some support. Can't get there. Paige Fell tries to swipe it out. Now an opening. Suffield to Green. Slapper. Great block by Wolf. And Hall-Conard is able to get it out with 28 seconds left in the penalty. Wolf just sacrificed the body and took one for the team there. Suffield now trying to carry it in, gets to Pachelski, giving her some space, lines up, fires over the net. Good play by Campbell to make her work a little bit and take a shot sooner than anticipated. And now Cohane able to swipe it out and gets it deep enough where Suffield makes the change. And Hall-Conard has killed it, and they're even strength. Great. Paige Sweeney over to the forecheck. Quinn Bacon trying to swipe it through. Suffield battling through in the neutral zone. 4 minutes left to play here. Hall-Conard trying to get to the puck. Charlotte Rydell can't quite get to it. It circles around. Suffield goes behind the net. She's looking for an opening. Avery Southstead trying to pick up her man. Swats it away a little bit. Hall-Conard trying to get it. It bounces off of Suffield's stick, and it stays in the zone. Not before Hall-Conard is able to get it down the ice, and it'll be icing. 3:45 left to play in the third. Russ, Hall-Conard's been normally running like their top two lines. What do you think the energy is and the gas level is here?
It's looking a little low right now, Rob. I hope they find some energy for this last 3.5 minutes.
Hall-Conard wins
the puck out to start.
Hall-Conard wins the face-off. Charlotte Rydell. She's in there, gets it out of the zone. Here comes Cohane. A little long pass to Longman. Tries to beat her player. Can't quite do it. Hall-Conard now forechecking. Marin Karan helping out there. Here comes Charlotte Rydell. Slapper and a blast. Goes wide to the left. Longman goes out to her point. Goes back in deep by Hall-Conard. Suffield now looking a little bit tired. Karan battling. Cohane picks off the pass. Looking to stuff it in backhand. Out in front. Melee in front. Suffield now breaking it out. Potential 2-on-2. Able to poke it away is Claire Rydell. Good defensive work there. Cohane looking for something. Crosses the red line. Refs say not enough. It'll have icing called with 2:42 left to play and a face-off in the Hall-Conard zone. It'll be to Busey's left. Hall-Conard will send out Sweeney, Bacon, and Fell. Puck's there. Backhanded shot. Save Busey. Pacholski had that shot. Now to Ambrosino. She was looking to shoot it. She plays it safe and dumps it back in. Goes behind the net. Quinn Bacon trying to get there. Avery Southstead. Able to Fiona Campbell. Fiona Campbell backhands it to her outlet. Hall-Conard can't get it out. Ambrosino had a nice play versus Wolf. Hall-Conard now trying to get it out of there. It's popped in the air. Wolf knocks it down. And Fell backhands it over to Campbell. Campbell now looking for an opening. Hits her outlet. Over to Southstead. Can't get it. Slapper by Green. And Hall-Conard. Sweeney can't get it out of the zone because Pacholski was able there to rescue it. Hall-Conard's knocked down. Suffield trying to get it through. Sweeney all over her man. Battle behind the net. Trying to find an opening. Busey and the net, and there was a battle in front. The net sprawls on the Busey as it goes forward. Fans want a penalty there. And we'll take a moment with 1:45 left.
Never seen that happen before, Rob. The whole net just tipped over forward. There was a lot of action behind that net. I think the whole team was behind the net.
I think Wolf was back there with Pacholski, and they were battling, and there was a couple other players, and it just got really physical, and the net went forward over onto Busey. Coach Cohane calls for a meeting of the ref. He's got court in session here. He wants a call. He's got his hands out, looking for something. That's a very dangerous play. No call. We've had limitless calls here, or limited calls. Cohane takes the face-off draw to Longman. Longman gets it out, but we're going to have, if it gets down, icing Hall-Conard. So with 1:38, we'll have another face-off draw to Busey's right. Battle at their feet. Hall-Conard comes up with it. Claire Rydell gets it out. Here comes Hall-Conard. 2-on-2. Cohane to Bacon. Bacon able to get it in there. Cohane able to pick it up. It's swatted away by Suffield. Suffield now making a charge. Lila Praisner. But Charlotte Rydell is there to cover for her. And Hall-Conard gets it out of the zone, not before Suffield's able to poke it in and makes a partial line change. Over to Quinn Bacon, trying to get it out of the zone. Backhands it up to Longman. Longman, puck is bounced up in the air and goes out of play with 1 minute left in regulation. Both teams looking for gas. Reaching deep. Puck will be drawn at center ice. Timeout. Hall-Conard. Russ, what are you saying right now to both teams on a timeout with a minute left to play in the first round of the state tournament?
I mean, you got to dig deep here, Rob. I mean, they got to find some energy. You know, it's just we're kind of swatting at the puck, and both teams, it's kind of just we're not able to get anything going, anything of any kind of consequence right now. So hopefully he's telling them that, you know, settle it down, keep moving your feet. We got to get people moving off the puck to create opportunities and create passing lanes, and let's get this puck in the zone. Let's get this puck in Suffield's zone. So once we're in the zone, we do a pretty decent job of keeping it in there and moving it around. Our breakout's really suffering right now. Once Suffield's in our zone, it's there, and it's kind of becomes a permanent figure. I've been down here for a little while now. So with this face-off here now, hopefully we'll be able to get possession, win this face-off, get possession, and get down into Suffield's zone.
Thanks, Russ. Awfully long timeout. Refs are having a session with the scoreboard operator. So the puck drop comes down to 1 minute here. Cohane will take the face-off draw. Longman will be on our wing. Quinn Bacon will be the other wing. And you'll have Charlotte Rydell and Claire Rydell, the Rydell sisters. Won by Hall-Conard. Here comes Charlotte Rydell. Sends it in deep. Cohane giving chase. At Bacon's feet. Battle of the boards. She's trying to keep it in. Poking away. Loose puck. Pachelski tries to go end to end. Here she comes. Poked away by Charlotte Rydell. Great defense. But picked up. Back door. And here it goes. Puck. Save Busey. Out in front. In the crease. 29 seconds left. Ambrosino from the top. Here comes Longman. She's trying to push it through. Pachelski riding around the boards. She's got her stick. Here comes Longman. Shot out in front. Bacon tries to put it through. Puts it behind the net. Longman going after it. She's trying to find her defenseman at the point. Longman comes up with it. Pokes it through. Over to Pachelski, who'll send it up to Suffield. 2-on-2. 5 seconds left. Trying to shoot the shot. On net. 0.3 seconds left. Busey makes the save. Busey came up huge there, Russ. A flurry of shots. And Suffield tried to stuff it home, and Hall-Conard just denied them. And they tried to come back. Longman tried to put it on their stick, but Pachelski came back and back-checked for Suffield. Suffield pulling their goalie with a 6-man attack, hoping to win the draw and take a quick slapper. Ruggieri for Suffield will take it versus Cohane. Drop, shot. Nothing there.
Not enough time. Not enough time to pull anything off there, Rob. Going into overtime. So it means this tired crew has to dig even deeper now.
I think everybody's working overtime, Russ.
This is our fourth overtime in 2 days. Fourth overtime period in 2 days. Conard boys won against Newington yesterday in 3 overtime periods to go to the CCC finals tomorrow night in Simsbury. So if you can be there to support Conard, that would be great. Hall plays E.O. Smith tonight, and the winner of that game will play against Conard tomorrow, I think 7:30 in Simsbury.
Russ, what are you telling the Hall-Conard girls other than you got to contain number 2, Grace Pachelski there, and get in front of Ambrosino because they get the pass back to her at the point.
It's the end of a long season, Rob. You know, a loss right now means it's the end of the season. A win right now means the season continues. They need to dig deep. They need to find some energy. They need to find some legs, and they need to move their feet, and they need to move their feet off the puck, and they need to move the puck. They need to work together as a team, and when they do that, they do a really good job. And then they're going to get some shots on the net. Let's get that puck. Let's win this face-off. Let's get the puck in Suffield zone. Let's work it around and get some shots on net. That's what I'm saying right now.
So they've got 15 minutes on the clock, unlike the boys who go 8-minute overtime periods. We've got a 15-minute sudden death. First goal, next goal wins it. Fans are on their feet here at Veterans Memorial Rink. Both goalies have been solid. They've come up with some big saves. Fell and Fiona Campbell be the D partners. Cohane take the draw versus Lana Peretti. Longman and Bacon will be her wingmen. There's the puck at the feet. There's the Fell. Bounces it through the neutral zone. Can't get it up to Longman. Now Fiona Campbell try and get up there. She's forechecked by Suffield. Suffield's all over her, but she's able to wrap it around. Quinn Bacon going after it. Suffield trying to pinch in. And now it's pushed up just out of the reach of Cohane. And Quinn Bacon has it. Goes back to Campbell. Campbell sends a sauce pass, bounces off of Suffield to Longman. Longman has it to Cohane, goes backhand, looking for forehand, backhand, forehand, falls down, gets a soft shot off, and Lemieux able to come up with it. And we'll have a face-off and line changes for both teams. Cohane had some great moves going forward to backhand. Couldn't get a hard shot off and was knocked down. Shot by Claire Rydell, blocked by Suffield. In front, Sweeney, shot, save. Charlotte Rydell, save. Lemieux, Sweeney tries to put it on there, doesn't make it to the net. Claire Rydell able to get it, keep it in the zone. Comes out of the zone now, and Charlotte Rydell. Offside, Hall-Conard has to come back and touch up. Another great sequence. Picked off by Wolf. She's charging in, goes to the outside, circles it around. Hall-Conard wants a penalty. She's put to the boards. Charlotte Rydell pinching in for D. Keeps it against the boards. Gets some support by Wolf. Wolf comes up with it. Rydell, shot. Hits off a Suffield defenseman. Wolf has it. Backhanded. Picked off pass by Suffield. Wolf and Avery Salstad go after it now. Salstad going after it. Suffield tries to get it. Great job, great hustle by Salstad. Suffield come up with it. Charlotte Rydell comes up with it. Paige Sweeney goes off her stick. Poked away by Claire Rydell. Another great poke as Madeline Croyle was charging, and a shot by Suffield. Busey makes a save. Couldn't quite get the shots off they wanted for hard shots.
Both goalies doing a really great job of containing things here right now.
Lila Prasner will take it versus Cohane. In the dot still. Fell will go back. She backhands it over to Fiona Campbell. Campbell lifts it up on the boards to Quinn Bacon. Bacon now battling on the boards. And Suffield's able to squirrel it back in there. Quinn Bacon on the side. Outlet pass. Goes above her a little bit. Suffield still has it. The points are wide open for Suffield. Campbell all over her. Back to Ambrosino. We don't want it. Shot. Cohan takes it. Shot. And it's a goal by Suffield as Ambrosino sends it in and went off a Connor player. And Busey going one direction. Suffield was able to bank it in. Suffield scores it with 12:39 left to play. And they'll go to the next round in the state tournament. Great effort by Hall-Conard. Russ, your thoughts on this hard-played game?
It's just always going to come down to, Rob, who got the bounce, and Suffield just got the bounce. The puck landed on Suffield player's stick in front of the net. Despite everybody's best effort, couldn't clear it. And, you know, that just went. Like I said, I've never seen a game change so fast from one side to the other, and just really great effort by both teams here.
Yeah, big momentum shifts. But we were happy to be here. I'm Rob. I'm with Russ. We are Russ and Rob. We'll be on tomorrow night. Simsbury and Connor boys will take on the winner of E.O. Smith and Hall boys hockey. Great job to Hall-Conard, Coach Cohane for his efforts this year, bringing home a CCC South Conference title. Congratulations to Suffield, and thanks for being here. Thank you. Have a good night, everyone.